Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NSE Virtual Fair. Today's session is on exploring campuses that are new to NSE. So this is a really exciting opportunity to be among the first that are hearing and maybe exchanging to these campuses through National Student Exchange. We'll give folks just another couple seconds to join. While we're waiting, I want to let you know that today's session will be recorded for viewing later. If you hear something today that you want to go back and hear again or learn more about, you'll be able to view that at a later time on YouTube. And if you're watching this later on the recorded version, we're happy that you popped in to view this session at your own pace. For folks that are here viewing this live, please keep your microphone muted while we're going through the main session, doing the campus introductions. And then please feel free and encouraged to join the breakout sessions, come off mute and ask questions and really engage with the coordinators in the breakout rooms. We would be very happy to see your faces on though throughout the session, so would welcome video. Okay, I haven't seen anyone join in a couple of seconds, so we're going to go ahead and get started today. Like I said, welcome to the NSE Virtual Fair session on exploring campuses that are new to NSE. This is a really exciting opportunity to, like I said, be among the first to hear about some of these campuses that have recently joined the National Student Exchange Consortium, and maybe be among the first that are exchanging to these campuses. So today's session, we'll kick off with just kind of a general introduction about what National Student Exchange is, some general information, and then move into each campus's introduction. They're going to give you a brief intro about their campus. We know that it's brief. It's supposed to be brief so that in the campus connection breakout sessions, you're going to have the opportunity to do a little bit of a deeper dive and ask those questions and learn more about the campus through the breakout session. We want to make sure to mention that today at 5 p.m. Central, there's a drop-in general advising session, so you can join that session tonight at 5 to ask any general questions or get some live advising help. So what is National Student Exchange? Maybe this is the first time that you're hearing about National Student Exchange or your first touch point with the organization. And so National Student Exchange is a study away consortium of about 170 campuses across the United States, 7 of the Canadian provinces, the U.S. territories of Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Guam. And so undergraduate students can study away at these campuses for either a semester, an academic year, a summer term, and have these awesome, amazing experiences taking classes, meeting new friends, seeing these amazing places, and really enriching your college experience. You'll hear terms like home and host pay today. Those are the payment options for National Student Exchange. One being host pay, where you'll pay the in-state or the resident tuition rate at the host institution, or home pay, which is when you're continuing to pay your home tuition and fees while on exchange. So those are some terms you'll hear today: home and host pay, and we around the NSE consortium call it NSE. So that's what we're talking about when we say NSE, National Student Exchange. We've got a short video here to show you a little bit more about the student experience through NSE. So this slide shows you the campuses that have joined National Student Exchange in the last couple of years. You can see that we've kind of encircled the entire United States and joined a lot of campuses from the Canada have joined as well. So just kind of a snapshot at the growth that NSE has experienced in the last couple of years. And we're excited to have several of these campuses here today live sharing with you. So our first spotlight today is Utah State University.
Hello, everyone. I'm Katie Davidson. I'm the NSE coordinator here at Utah State. I am the Senior Study Abroad Advisor in the Office of Global Engagement here. We are located in gorgeous Cache Valley in northern Utah. We're situated in the valley between two mountain ranges. It's a really beautiful location to be in. We are within a half-day's drive of 7 different national parks and within an hour's drive to 4 ski resorts. So really great location for those interested in exploring the great outdoors. We are a land grant, space grant, and a Carnegie recognized R1 institution, and we have a really great undergraduate research program here. Salt Lake City is just about an hour-and-a-half drive away, and that's where our international airport is. So a lot of students could potentially come through there if they are flying. And then the town that we are located in is Logan within Cache Valley. Cache Valley has like several little towns within it. Enrollment as of fall was 18,160 undergraduates, though that's on the Logan campus. So we have a much wider system than just the Logan campus. We have a big statewide system. We also have a big online program. So that gives you an idea of how many students are on campus, but there are a lot more overall. And then you can see there that we've got 114 undergrad degrees, 132 grad degrees. And then the student to faculty ratio is pretty good. I think in some of those like big classes in the freshman year, you know, you might have like the bigger situations with student to faculty ratio, but the farther you get in your degree program, it would be smaller. We used to be a part of NSE many moons ago, and we just rejoined in 2022, and we're super excited. I'm very excited for domestic programming and welcoming more exchange students here. We are currently only operating on the home pay option, and these are just a few neat things to know about campus. So we have a creamery on campus where they make really good ice cream. I think we're rated like #1 in Utah for ice cream. We have a chocolate factory, which is a single source cocoa bean chocolate factory. Really neat. The flavors come from where the cocoa beans come from rather than additional flavoring. We have an Aggie Recreation Center. In the bottom left photo there, you can see the climbing wall that's in the rec center. We also have a really great outdoor programs rental shop. So if you're wanting to go camping, but you don't have a tent or a sleeping bag, you can rent it, which is super awesome. You can rent all kinds of outdoors gear. And we're like 2 minutes from Logan Canyon. So you can get into the outdoors like right in your backyard or within a few hours drive as well. I think that top right photo there is from Logan Canyon. We also have outdoor programs. So just about every weekend and every break, they take students on programs, whether that's like whitewater rafting or backpacking or mountain biking, maybe down in Moab or up in Idaho or, you know, all around. So that's a really great way for students, especially if they don't have a car here, a really great way for students to get to see the great outdoors in the area. We've got a sustainability office and sustainability grants. Aggie Blue Bikes is right next to our Office of Global Engagement. That's a great resource for students. You can rent a bike for the semester. I believe they do daily rentals as well. And they also will help with fixing bikes and that sort of thing. Lots of student clubs, lots of events on campus. In these other photos where it says, wow, I believe that's for weeks of welcome. So there's usually in the fall semester, there are 2 weeks full of like fun activities. Right below, there's a snow-covered campus. We do have all 4 seasons here in Utah. We get quite a bit of snow. They say best snow on earth in Utah. And then right next to that is our luminary event. That's with connections classes in the fall. So that's all a bunch of students standing there with little like luminary lights on campus to create the A. And then we've got homecoming, the homecoming parade down there on the bottom right. And then lots more photos here. We've got Logan Canyon in the top left. That's the Wind Caves hike, very popular. That's probably like the trailhead is like 5 minutes from campus. Beautiful campus. You can see the Wellsville Mountains on the other side of campus there. I know a lot of the international exchange students that come in are excited about the sports. So we have a very active football team, basketball team, many other sports. We've got like gymnastics and some other things here as well. You can see our famous Aggie ice cream there. We also have an organic farm that students can get involved with. There's one of those single source cocoa bean chocolate bars. And of course, all the outdoors activities and whatnot. So yeah, thank you.
Next up, we have Texas A&M University in Kingsville.
There we go. I have to unmute. I'm Tom Spencer. I'm the Dean of the Honors College, and I'm also the NSE coordinator. And I'm going to tell you about Texas A&M University-Kingsville. We are an HSI and very proud of our Hispanic heritage. We pronounce our institution as Tamook as a result of that. So I'm going to tell you about Tamook here. We've been around for almost 100 years. We are a four-year university with significant residential program. We have degrees all the way. We have several doctoral degrees, especially in engineering and also in agriculture. We have about 6,000 students. We're located in Kingsville, Texas, the home of the legendary King Ranch. In fact, our campus was part of the King Ranch. It was given to the institution. And they are strong supporters. The King Ranch is, this nice little ranch of 800,000 acres. That is the largest in the United States. We have, in terms of location, we're about 45 minutes from Corpus Christi, and there are some Gulf Coast beaches up there. We are also, I was thinking about this earlier, we're also 2 hours from San Antonio, about an hour and a half from the Rio Grande Valley. We're 4 hours from Austin. So we are, you can get to all sorts of other places that you might want to explore. If you go for about 2 hours south of here, you can get to what is probably the best known beach in San Antonio, South Padre, or in Texas. It is South Padre Island. We are one of the first institutions that was formally recognized as a Hispanic serving institution. Again, as I said, proud of our Hispanic heritage. 70% of the student population is Hispanic. Again, most students are, I would argue that most of the students on this campus are bilingual. So you can, I can't promise, since the language of instruction is English, that it would be, an immersion program, but you would not have to work hard to essentially get an immersion program here. The next slide, if you will. We have 6 academic colleges. We have the Clayburgh, and Clayburgh is the name that owns the King Ranch. The Clayburgh Agricultural and Natural Resources College, Arts and Sciences, Business Administration, Education and Human Performance, Engineering, and the Honors College. We have 100 different undergraduate programs offered that are intellectually challenging, reflect high standards of academic performance. All of our academic programs have professional accreditations, ABET and ATME for engineering, AACSB for business administration. So we've got, and our student composition is interesting too, in that it is right around 70 to 75% Hispanic. It's also about 8 to 10% African American, 15% international, and as they say here, about 14% Anglo white. So it's a very diverse student body. Hit the next slide, please. We have a lot of different, cool campus activities. We have 140 different student organizations. We have fall carnival, spring fling, whenever possible, especially in the fall and the spring, we do things outside. The summer is a different story sometimes. Athletics, we're D2. As an institution, by the way, we are R2, and we're an emerging research institution. As you can see from the athletics, we've got football, track and field, baseball, basketball, softball, volleyball. We also have 2 different types of volleyball. We have I guess 2 or 3 years ago, we won one of the first beach volleyball national titles. The climate here, is very warm, and again, after spending 30 years in the Midwest, I'm not sure I quite realized how much until I got here. But it can be 80 degrees any day of the year. It actually hit 87 yesterday. The average high is 86 in August, 73 in February. Our coldest month is January, which has an average high of like 68. It's 89 in May, so it's very warm here. I always joke with the students here, like today they're cold because it's 75 degrees. We've got a north wind, so we only have like 20% humidity. We always have very high humidity, and so students are kind of cold today. It's not as humid as usual, so it feels colder. But I always explain to them that one of the nice things about living here is that there is no winter, and they'll look at me strangely, and I'm like, there is no winter. So it's a nice, so it's especially a nice campus during our nice climate during the school year. So anyway, I hope that you find this interesting, and hope to see you in the breakout room.
Thanks so much. Next up, we have Paul Smith's College.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maureen Pellerin, and I'm from Paul Smith College. I'm the NSE coordinator, and I work over in our Center for Academic and Career Success. So we're a little bit different than my colleague that just spoke. We're in the midst of our winter months here in upstate New York. We're located in the Adirondack Park, which is almost as far north as you can go in New York State, very close to the Canadian border. We're a small private liberal arts college. We're located right on the shores of Lower St. Regis Lake. So you can see that picture at the bottom of the screen. That's right on our campus outside of your doorstep. You have access to a lake right out front. Our college owns over 14,000 acres of land. So, access to fishing, hiking, biking, skiing, canoeing, all of those great outside activities are really just within reach walking outside your door, as I said. We have a pretty unique history. I think that kind of explains why we're located where we are and why we have the unique set of majors that we do. So we're built on the site of the Paul Smith Hotel, which was formed in the 1800s and was the first wilderness resort in the Adirondacks. It was a pretty well-known vacation destination for a lot of celebrities and world leaders of that time. You can see some of the notable guests included, former presidents on the screen there. And that, I think, has led us to have a pretty unique background as a college. And so this background has, I think, given us a unique set of majors. So you'll see students studying things like hospitality, business, baking and pastry arts, which stems from our background as a hotel back in those days. And then our location here in the woods has allowed for programs like forestry, natural sciences, fishery and wildlife sciences, environmental sciences, parks and conservation management, recreation, among many other things too. We're also located in close proximity to the two-time site of the Winter Olympics, Lake Placid, New York. So sports management is a growing major for us here at the college. Additionally, we're a very small campus size compared to some of my colleagues here today as well. We're under 1,000 students. So you really will build close relationships. It's hard to walk across campus without people knowing your name and who you are. And those really small class sizes as well are important to us. Here you'll see our motto. It's all about the experience. We're pretty well known in our area for delivering hands-on experiential education. You can see in some of these photos, we have students that are in the kitchen and in our bakery that we have on campus, or they're out on the lake, doing research and then taking things back to the lab. So you'll really develop close relationships with our renowned faculty and get that hands-on experience right from the get-go, which is pretty awesome. And then just a couple of last fun facts. I think we're a pretty unique campus. As I said, we're located nearby Lake Placid, which is a former host of the Winter Olympics. So students have chances to visit Olympic venues, work for those venues, even compete at them. Right now, we're hosting the World University Games, which is very similar to maybe a college level Olympics. So we have thousands of athletes here participating in these games, and our students are having a chance to work and volunteer for them. Additionally, we have draft horses on campus, which tends to be enticing to a lot of our animal lovers. Students have the chance to work with them in classes, in some of our forestry classes in particular, also in clubs. And then we have a pretty bustling campus life despite our small size. Athletics is a big thing for students on campus. Over a third of our students are athletes. We have a lot of traditional teams like soccer, hockey, basketball, volleyball, but we also have some pretty unique things that you might not see at a lot of other schools. We have a marathon canoe team, a snowshoe running team, and then a woodsman's team as well. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed that and happy to answer any questions.
Thanks so much. Up next, we have University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Hey everybody, my name is Emily Kruger and I oversee the study abroad office here at University of Nebraska Omaha, which we call UNO. And I'm also the NSE coordinator. We just joined NSE in January, I want to say, and sent out our first students this year. So we're about 1 year in. To tell you more about UNO, so we're part of the Nebraska System campus and we're considered the metropolitan campus because we're located in Omaha. Omaha Metro is about 1 million people, so it's large enough that there's a lot to do, but it's also small enough that we can form really meaningful connections with the community. And as we go through this, you'll see like we're very integrated into our city, so it's very important to us, that relationship between the university and the city. If you want to move on for me. So we have 6 different colleges, which you can see pictured here. Arts and sciences, public affairs and community service, education, health, human science, business admin, information science and technology, and communication, fine arts and media. You can also take classes for particular engineering degrees on our campus. They're just hosted in the College of Engineering at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, but they're at Omaha. So it's a little strange, but all those things are available to you. This is a very crowded slide. So on the one side, you can see our centers and institutes. We have more than 20 specialized centers and institutes, but I wasn't going to list them all on here because that would just be really long. So I highlighted a few of my favorites over on that side there. One of the ones we're most well known for is the INSIGHT, the National Counterterrorism Innovation, Technology, and Education Center. We're also well known for the Center for Afghanistan Studies. Being one of the only centers in the United States and the only one that's at a university. So there's a lot of different things based on your interest that you can be involved in academically and research-wise. A few other things about the campus I wanted to highlight. Next month, we're opening the Samuel Bach Museum's Learning Center. It's going to host Samuel Bach's collection here in Omaha. And I don't know that many of you might know who he is, but he's an artist who was born in Poland in the 1930s and lived in Soviet and German occupied Europe during World War II, fled. A lot of his families, died and suffered at the hands of the Nazis. So his art is very focused on that time period and themes related to human rights and hope. So we're really excited about that new center opening. We also here on campus have an entire building devoted to community engagement with Omaha, called the Community Engagement Center. So we have a lot of different activities in there, space available, and we allow every year different organizations in Omaha to apply to have their offices in the Community Engagement Center free of charge. And then that allows them to collaborate more closely with UNO throughout that time. And then of course, our Service Learning Academy. We have service learning courses throughout all of the colleges here. And this allows you to take courses where as part of the class, you get to do service learning projects and engage with particular organizations in the community. And it's kind of like those organizations are co-teachers and partners for those projects. And I mean, there's all kinds of different projects going on with those. So that's something additional that you can do with your classes here to kind of integrate more with Omaha and with UNO. One. So UNO and Omaha have a lot to offer, just like you. Of course, we have lots of student groups, lots of different activities. I just picked out a handful of what many more that are available. Basically, if there's something you're interested in, we probably have a club or a department or an activity based around that. So we like to try and make everyone feel comfortable and to find their place here at UNO and to find, the things that they're interested for their future and even for their own personal life. It doesn't have to be all about career and academics, even though that's obviously a strong focus. So we'd love to have you and, integrate you into campus during your stay. You can go to the next. Oh, that's it. So I'll just end by saying we would love to have you. Thanks for listening. And let me know if you have questions.
Thanks so much. Up next, we have Mars Hill University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Moreno. I am Director of Global Learning at Mars Hill University. And today I'm also joined by Carolyn Kuzel, who is Associate Director of Admissions. On the screen, she shows up as Maria Moreno, but I assure you she's a different person. So she and I will be available for questions at the end of our very short overview. So we are a small private liberal arts institution. We are located in the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, which in our area we call the Blue Ridge Mountains of Western North Carolina. We are a very small campus, less than 1,000 students. And so everything is really close by. Everything on our campus is within a 10-minute walk. And then a 25-minute drive can take you to the Appalachian Trail if you want, or if you prefer the city, it could take you to a world-class restaurant in Asheville. We are also an hour away from the town of Cherokee, which is the home of the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Nation. And so an hour away of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The closest airport to us is the Asheville Regional Airport, which is about a 30-minute drive from Mars Hill. And we are also about a 2-hour drive from Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's the main international airport. As of fall 2021, we had over 1,000 students. For this semester, that number is a little bit lower. 34% of those students identify as students of color. So we are a pretty diverse campus. The majority of our students come from North Carolina, but we also have 31%, so a significant part of our student body comes from 34 other states. And we have 7% of our student population comes from over 30 other countries, which is a pretty important number for a school of our size. So as a small school, we pride ourselves in being student-centered and having the ability to really put a lot of our time and effort towards our students. So you get personalized attention, you have very small classes, and we also pride ourselves in knowing our students. Our students know us, and we have open doors to all our students, whether we are faculty or staff. We love getting to know you. Some of the programs that we are known for are Allied Health Sciences, which was previously known as Integrated Health Sciences. That's a very new and growing major. Students show a lot of interest in that. We are also one of only 2 institutions in North Carolina that offers zoology as a major. The other one is North Carolina State. So we are the only private four-year institution that offers zoology. And that is obviously a very big magnet for our students because we are in a region that is known for its biodiversity. So, the Great Smoky Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains are an ideal location for that. We also have a growing art therapy program, a world-renowned music program that it's one of our heritage programs that has been around for over 30 years, I believe. A community and nonprofit leadership is a new major. We are We have a very strong Bonner program on our campus. Community engagement is a very important focus of our institution. And so this is a new major that focuses on that, the community and nonprofit leadership. And then we also have fashion marketing, and which is also a growing major, and a unique minor, Appalachian Studies, that has emphasis on the culture, but also the natural science aspect of the region. We have, in that regard, we have a few important festivals that focus on the music and the heritage, the cultural heritage of the mountains. One happens in the fall, and throughout the year we have events that are hosted either by our Center for Regional Studies or by the Rural Heritage Museum. And so that's a pretty interesting thing that you will not find anywhere else. We joined NSE recently, 2 years ago. This year we are having our first exchange student, and we are thrilled to welcome students from across the US as well as international students. We work on the home pay model at the moment. And then, even though we are a small town, there are always things to do in the area. We have, let's see, some of these pictures show on the top left. This was an outing that we took a couple of months ago to Asheville for a night out and a movie showing. We also have a world-class clogging team. If you don't know what clogging is, Google it. It is a fascinating form of dance that is also part of our cultural heritage. And they are fantastic. Here on the bottom left, we have a group of international students hiking on the Appalachian Trail. And then later on in this outing, this particular outing, we finished the day at a hot springs resort, which is a very small, low-key, but wonderful hot springs area that we have. The bottom right picture shows our first-year mentors, which are students who, like the name implies, mentor our first-year students in, showing them the ropes of college. We have a very large population of first-generation college students, so they are. These people are dedicated to, these students are dedicated to helping, showing them the ropes and guiding them through what can be a pretty daunting experience if you don't have that as part of your family culture, right? And then the picture on the middle right here are students in our theater program, which is also another very vibrant program. And then Cosmo, our mountain lion, is our mascot that you see on the top right. We have a lot of traditional sports like soccer, football, basketball, volleyball, but we also have, we added an acrobatics and tumbling team a couple of years ago, weightlifting, and now esports as well. So those are some of the things that you can do on campus. Obviously, going out of campus, off campus, but not very far, you can hike, climb, kayak along the French Broad River, ski or snowboard at a ski station that is about 15 minutes away, watch a theater performance on campus, enjoy concerts in Moore Auditorium, and then go to Asheville for music, shows, what have you, all kinds of crafts and activities that are in that small but very vibrant city. So if you have any questions, we are available for anything that you would like to discuss. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Up next, we have the University of Montana Western.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is David Holliday. I actually work for National Student Exchange and I'm based at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. I'm the NSE coordinator here. But I do have the pleasure of introducing NSE's newest campus, University of Montana Western, located in Dillon, Montana. You can see on the X on the map there, Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming. It has great access to outdoor spaces, 2 hours to Bozeman. That is the closest airport. 2.5 hours to Yellowstone National Park, about 4 hours to Grand Teton National Park. Campus facts, it is a public four-year institution that is quite small, about 1,200 students. Has many great academic programs, really known for environmental sciences, their horsemanship program as well. They do have on-campus housing available, and they will start out as a home pay only campus. So that's the plan they'll plan to accept students on. Next slide, please. The unique thing about this campus is the Experience One, or the X1 that they call. Montana Western is the only public four-year institution in the nation that offers this program, where taking one course at a time allows students to engage in authentic experiential education that can't be replicated under a traditional semester schedule. So most of us are used to traditional schedules where students are taking 4 or 5 classes all at once throughout the entire semester. They divide their semester into 4 chunks. So for about 2.5 or 3 weeks, they'll be taking class number 1, block 1, then move on to block 2, block 3, block 4. And they do talk a lot about extensively on their website about how this allows students and faculty really work together on a particular topic for a limited amount of time that allows them to dive deep. They also do a lot of field study as part of that schedule. Next slide, please. They are onboarding and finalizing membership as we speak, actually. They plan to be available for summer 2024 and beyond. So probably fall 24 is really the first semester exchange. They really emphasize the great outdoors and their access to the great outdoors, Western culture. They're proud of that. And that they're a very affordable institution as well. Cost of living in the town is very affordable. So a great option for students looking to get out west. Thank you so much.
Okay, those are the campuses that we have to share with you today as part of our showcase of campuses that are new to National Student Exchange. We're now going to enable the breakout rooms. You're able to move between them as you wish. So you can talk to one for a longer period of time. You can talk to multiple. We definitely encourage you to drop through multiple and connect with the campuses that are here today. If you want to stay in the main room, we can answer some general questions there. And just another reminder, we're hosting a drop-in advising session today at 5 p.m. Central. You can register for that session and the same link that you registered, or the same place on the nse.org website that you registered for the session today. And always feel free to connect with us on social media. So thanks for joining today, and we'll turn the breakout rooms on now.